Hi, I am going to guide you through another somatic exercise. This one is focusing more on hip rocking and releasing stress and trauma from your hips. So we are going to start in laying down position with your feet hip distance apart. Your knees are pointed towards the ceiling. Your arms are at your sides, your shoulders are rolled down your back, and your head is resting on the floor. From here, you are going to start to gently sway your knees to the left and then sway your knees to the right. And you want this movement to be really slow and gentle. This isn't a big movement. You shouldn't feel your hips coming up off the mat or the floor or the bed, wherever you're doing it. Rather, you want to feel like as if your hip bones are painting the ground or the mat, okay? So imagine that I've squirt some finger paint underneath your hips and your low back, and you are slowly moving that finger paint to the left and then moving it to the right. Now, if it feels good in your body, you can bring a slightly bigger movement to these. You still don't want your feet or your knees swaying left to right in a big fashion, but you can see if you can get a little bit more of that hip bone into the finger paint as you sway. And maybe that doesn't feel as good in your body, and so you can come back and do a smaller movement. And then just check in. Are you clenching your jaw? Are you clenching your belly? Are you gripping the floor with your fingers or your toes? See if you can just bring a little bit more gentleness into this posture. Taking a few more breaths here, gently swaying left and then right, and then bringing that movement to a pause. From here, you're going to lift that left leg, and you're going to set your ankle directly below your knee and right on that thigh. So it's going to be right on. Your hands are going to stay down. Your other foot is still on the floor. And as gently as possible, you are going to bring your knee towards your face and then gently bring your knee back out. So again, this is a gentle movement where you're bringing your knee as gently as possible in towards your face and then back out, and then coming back in and then going back out. Again, just taking note if you're clenching your belly, clenching your jaw, and then bringing that to a pause. And then from here, you're going to take your left hand and you're just going to gently press into your thigh, allowing that hip to feel just slightly more open. Breathing into the space, breathing into the posture, and then taking your left hand and placing it down, taking your right hand and grabbing the outside of your right below your knee, and you're going to pull in a very gentle and slow way. Again, breathing into this posture, noticing again if there's tension in your jaw, or maybe in your feet. Releasing that left leg. And then the last part of this posture, both hands are on the ground, and you're gonna gently let your legs fall to the right. Now this isn't a posture where you collapse into that right side. This is incredibly gentle and incredibly small. You still want your hips and your low back to maintain contact with the mat or the ground or the bed, wherever you're doing this posture. Just taking a couple gentle sways to the right. Continuing to breathe. And then bringing that to a pause. Bring your left leg down, put your foot on the floor. Now we'll bring your right foot over and rest that ankle right directly below your knee. And then from here, you're gonna gently bring your knee towards your face and then bring it back out. Bringing awareness to your breath as you gently bring your knee in towards your face and then gently bring it back out. Taking slow movements, relaxing your belly, checking in for any gripping. And then bringing that to a pause. Then take your right hand, place it on your right thigh, and gently press your right leg open. And again, this isn't a big movement, this isn't a big stretch, it's just a gentle hip opening. Noticing if you feel sensation or any tightness. And then releasing that, putting your right foot hand down, bring attention to your left hand, and you're gonna grab for the outside of your right foot, or right knee, as you gently bring that leg towards the midline. So again, we're not pulling, we're just gently bringing that leg a little bit in towards our midline. Again, taking notice that you're breathing. And then we will release. Your hands are resting on the floor. And we're gonna do that gentle rocking to the left. So again, this is not a big movement. We don't wanna put a lot of strain into our low back. We don't wanna dump into our low back. Just gently rocking to the left. Again, if it's helpful, you can imagine that finger paint is just underneath your low back, and you're just gently wanting that finger paint to move around and make an indent on where your hips are. Taking a couple more breaths in this posture. And then bringing it to a pause. Bring your right leg down. We will do one more round of knee sways. So gently bring your knees to the left and then bring your knees to the right. And again, you can play with the movement if it feels better for your back to just do a 1-inch movement back and forth. Or maybe it's a couple inches, maybe it's 3 inches. Imagining that finger paint underneath your hips, gently rocking from left to right. Taking a few more breaths here, and then bringing that to a pause. You can extend your legs out long for a full rest, giving your body time to integrate all of the movements that we did, allowing our nervous systems to feel more regulated and calm. And then when you're ready, you can roll to the left or to the right and slowly push your way back up and go about your day.